I did not know when I posted this video the shitstorm that I was going to get back. My comment section has sugar, spice, and everything, sometimes everything not nice in them. So I thought I'd take y'all along the journey because I'm quite behind on them. And I'm about to start really going hard at posting again. So I figured now was a good time to go and respond to comments. So hopefully there's some good questions in here so that I can talk to you about some hair stuff, maybe some life stuff, and we'll just jump right in and have fun. I've not ever done this before, so it's going to be interesting. Let's see here. Where should I put my face? Okay. Oh, that's sweet. This person said, I would love to see how you styled your hair, and yes, I voted. So what she's talking about, I did this competition and I did a little community post. I'll show y'all of a hairstyle that I did for Uncle Funky's daughter. They did a Craft Your Curls competition where you can win a $500 gift card, Visa gift card. Okay. And I entered into that competition. And I have asked people to vote for me. Shamzo, I'm gonna not even try to pronounce these names, said, yours is definitely the best. Ends are protected from the holiday weather and looking great. You have my multiple email addresses votes. Oh my gosh, that's so sweet. So every email address equated to one vote. And she was like, you have my multiple email addresses votes. D-Tree21 said, Lord, with heart eye emojis. Thanks, Dietrich. Okay, let's see what else we've got here. I want to get into this video. If y'all saw the comments that I got from that video alone, let's look at the comments for this video. I'm sure I have, some as recent as 11 days ago. This comment section for this video almost took me out the game. It almost took me out the game because some people were being so mean. And it started with this video and it went on to other videos. So in the video, I'm talking about how raw butters and oils, and I don't recall if I said raw. I don't think I said raw butters and oils. So part of it is, maybe my miscommunication. Sorry, whatever. But I mean, some people still stick beside them raw butters and oils. And grease, as you'll see. But I was talking about how raw butters and oils is actually, and improper use of them especially, is leaving your hair dry because water cannot penetrate. Water and oil don't mix. So if you are coating your hair with oil all the time, the water cannot get to your hair. Therefore, your hair is dry and brittle and it looks real shiny and pretty, but it breaks off. That's what I am explaining in this video. And I did not know when I posted this video the shitstorm that I was going to get back. I was honestly shocked because I was like, why are people so angry at me about hair? Anyways, at that moment, I realized that I cared way too much what people thought. I gave way too many fucks. And I was like, if I'm going to be on YouTube, if I'm going to be on social media, I cannot be giving all these fucks. So I'm going to need to go and work on that. So I did. And that's where I've been. That's why I haven't been around. Is because I gave too many fucks and it fucked with me because I gave too many fucks. And I probably should stop dropping the F-bomb so much. Fun fact, I have a potty mouth, kind of, sometimes, a lot of times. But I cared too much and it was impacting my mental health. And I don't want to be one of these people out here who's freaking out, having breakdowns because they are in the public eye or they're online or whatever. And people are saying mean things to them and they're having breakdowns. I just didn't want that to be me. But I recognize that that's part of the process that kind of comes with putting yourself out there. So I needed to learn how to be okay with it and not care so much what people were saying about me. Because they don't know me. They don't know me. So yes, that's where I went. I left and I got some therapy and I did some work on myself, and that work will continue because I'm not immune, but I feel a lot better about myself and my life. Okay, let's see what's going on here. See, right off the bat, I would not listen to this at all. Why did she comment twice? My hair has grown from 1 inch big chop to 9 inches by oiling, just like you say, pre-poo, moisturizer, etc. in 2 years. So I'm going to say it isn't not that. I'm going to keep doing what works for my hair's DNA. That's great that it works for you or that you feel it works for you. What I will say is I big chopped my hair. And this is a journey I guess maybe haven't shared on here, but I big chopped my hair. I used to have this much hair on my head. This much hair on my head, y'all. This much itty bitty bit. Because I chopped all my hair off. I got a relaxer, and then 3 months later I chopped all my hair off. Okay, so I didn't have a bunch of hair on my head when I started going natural. And I grew my hair out literally butt length. My hair literally went to my butt. You can see all the proof of all this I'm talking about on my Instagram channel, on my Instagram page. Because my whole history of Instagram is still, I'm not deleting anything because I want people to be able to go back and look at who I was before I started doing this kind of stuff. All of that is on there. And I used to do all this stuff too. I used to pre-poo, and I would pre-poo all day or overnight or whatever. Sometimes I would pre-poo with just like slathering my hair with just raw coconut oil, like coconut oil from the grocery. I'll just slather. I'm like, I got coconut oil dripping down my neck, dripping, because I have a head wrap over my hair or whatever too. It's dripping. I was a coconut oil fiend, okay? I used oils all the time. And yes, my hair was extremely long. You know what it also was? It was damaged. It was also damaged. Yep. And the reason that it was damaged is because what I was doing with my hair was not okay. First of all, I was doing things like deep conditioning it overnight. Boo, tomato. That's so not good. And I was doing things like putting oil on it all the time, and my hair was dry. My hair was dry, and the way that I know that it was dry, and the reason I know that it was dry is because I had split ends in the middle of my hair shaft. So again, my hair was booty length. It went down to my butt when I stretched it out, right? But up here, it's just bubble. Like, if this is my hair, a strand of my hair, there would be little bubbles where it's just like my hair split in different places. I was like, what the heck is going on? I was fucking my hair up. I was messing it up. So glad it works for you. Good luck. What else is going on here? There's oil in my gel, and that's enough. I'm already a greasy girl. Fair. I tried this method, and no, it's a no from me. I went back to Greece. Maybe I don't need to do this. I'm about to get slandered. I went back to Greece, and my hair has gotten more thicker and healthier. Your hair is beautiful, by the way. That's very sweet. It doesn't matter what we do or the results we get. There's always someone who found what we're doing wrong. So do your own due diligence and research. Yeah. Weigh up the pros and cons of what you choose. I know oils don't moisturize, so that's been proven over and over scientifically. I also agree with another thing. Oils cause some styling products to work properly. I moisten hair or co-wash daily because it doesn't matter what I do, my right side curls are always flattened by morning. I shampoo weekly, so I use oil to prevent hydral fatigue by blocking off the water. The spray water only reactivates the styling product, and I can refresh the curl. I don't dismiss anything anybody says. I weigh it up with the results I get, and if the wrong thing works for me, I stick with it. If my results are neither here nor there, I will adapt a bit and make it work. Okay, that's great. Thank you for sharing this information. I almost went bald with all this oil in my hair. So glad it's starting to grow back again. Oh. Thank you for this video. My hair is dry, and it has been for the last month. I appreciate this. OMG, thanks. First, let me just say, these kinds of videos, these kinds of comments, I live for. They make my heart so happy when I see that someone has watched something that I created, that I made for the purpose of helping people, and it actually helps. It makes me smile. It makes me happy. This video is confirmation for me. My hair is super dry, and I've been using oils daily for a while. My scalp itches, and I think I've lost some hair. No more oils for me. Thanks for the video. So the thing with oils also is it's not even just about your hair strain. I know some people will grease their scalp, and this is why I feel a little bit weird about grease and the way we use grease, even though I understand that some people use grease and they love it. Things like grease and oil on your scalp can clog your hair follicles where your hair strands grow out, and can actually cause your hair to grow thinner than it's supposed to. And so it can cause thinning and balding, and it can cause your hair to be weaker, because if it's growing in thinner, then it's going to be weaker. And then the itchiness is probably really about washing your hair more often, or maybe allergic to something. I'm so glad this helped. This is very misleading. Oil is hydrophobic, but that's actually good for the hair. When hair absorbs too much water too quickly, it swells, which is damaging the hair over time. Also, oil reduces friction between your hair strands, which is also protective. Your scalp naturally produces oil that coats and protects your hair, so ... Anyways, if you find that your hair is dry due to having too much product, shampoo your hair. I feel like I said that in the video. The problem isn't the oils and butters, but the avoidance of proper hair cleansing. Use shampoo. It works. It removes excess oil and product. Now, what she said about products is true. Oil does break down old products. So I was talking about how if you're using oil underneath your styling product, it can cause your styling product not to work as well. So, for example, this is the easiest example, is how you have like a makeup that's waterproof, and you can't wash it off with with water, but if you have to use some type of like oil or something to like get it off. Clearly I'm thinking of eye makeup because I'm like, ugh. But you have to use some type of like oily product to get it off, whether it's like a micellar water or just like straight up like olive oil. I use olive oil. You have to use something to get it off. Oil breaks down whatever bonds are in there that's holding things to your face, and it can do that with your gel as well and make your gel or your styling product weaker. If oil creates a barrier for water to reach the hair when moisturizing, then why the same concept can't be used for evaporation? It's more like the barrier is there when you moisturize your hair, but not when the water evaporates and when moisturizing after some days of applying oil. I doubt if the same amount of oil will still be there. Some of it will be lost, thus why after 2 or 3 days your hair is not as greasy as when it was on the day of application. I feel like what this person is saying makes sense. So it seems like they're saying the oil is not going to be on your hair as much after a few days, which is true. But also, just because you don't feel the slickness of oil doesn't mean that it's not there in your hair. Just because it's not as oily as it was, because a lot of the excess oils are gone, doesn't mean that it's not still in your hair. Oil is very hard to get rid of. Think about if you spill oil on cloth, even if you wash that cloth with soap, it might not come out. Usually you have to use like a Dawn dish soap that is like made to strip grease off of things. And a lot of your everyday shampoos are not made to strip that level of oil and grease off of stuff. I'm sure you've also taken and you've put some type of oily, greasy dish in the dishwasher and it came out oily and greasy, even though it went through the dishwashing cycle. So oils can be tricky, especially if, like someone before said, if you're not using a proper shampoo to wash them off. But your regular schmegular everyday shampoo it's probably not getting all that oil and that gunk off of your hair, realistically speaking. Because if regular soaps are not getting oil off of anything else that we're washing, why would it be getting it off of our hair? You're going to probably need a clarifying shampoo if you really want to get all of that oil and buildup off of your hair. Even then, it might take some time depending upon how long you've been doing this. And then on top of that, if you're using oils super, super often and using clarifying shampoo all the time, that could potentially make your hair more dry and brittle than it has to be, which is going to make you feel like you have to put more oil on it. So I just think it can be a very vicious cycle. At the end of the day, do what works for you, and that's what I want to make sure people know. Like, do your own research for sure, do what works for you for sure, but what are you talking about? I have extremely dry hair. What do I use to maintain moisture in my hair? Please advise. Okay, this is a question. That's good. So I'd say before answering this question, I would have questions. And my questions would be like, what are you doing right now to your hair? Because I feel like a lot of times people will say that and I'll be like, how often are you washing your hair? And it'll be like, oh, once a month, once every 2 months. And you might be looking at me crazy, but I promise you that's some people's answers. And so they're saying that their hair is dry because their scalp is itchy, but their scalp is itchy because their scalp is dirty. Or they're saying their hair is dry because it hasn't gotten any water in a month. And the water evaporates from your hair within like 4 to 7 days or something like that. And so it does not last in your hair long. So after a week and a half, your hair does get more dry and brittle. And that's just what happens. You have to keep replenishing it with water. You have to keep replenishing your body with water. You can't drink water one day and then expect that you're always going to be hydrated. You have to keep replenishing your body's water source because it's constantly utilizing and losing that water, and our hair is no different. I feel like we want quick fixes and we want to be able to do like one thing to our hair and to be able to just like do our hair a couple times a year and then get the benefits of health. That's not how it works. The same way you can't go to the gym a couple times a year and expect that you're going to be in the best shape of your life. You can't just touch your hair a couple times a year. Yeah, it doesn't take as much effort. Your hair doesn't take as much effort as, maintaining your health and fitness for your body does. I don't know. It's debatable because if you are maintaining your health and fitness for your body, then your hair is also going to benefit from that. But there's no quick fix if you want healthy hair. And I think that's what people won't tell you. That's what people won't tell you. That's what people are trying to sell you. And that's why I think there's such a visceral reaction, because I'm telling you that your hair's not going to grow all these extra inches just because you're like putting oil on it. That's probably not going to happen. That's not to say that there are not, essential oils and stuff that cannot help stimulate hair growth. There are. But if you're thinking that it's going to give you a foot of hair overnight, it's not. And if you're thinking that you can just wash your hair 12 times a year and your hair is going to be healthy and happy and grow long, I'd say it's not impossible. I'd also say it's not likely for most people. Good video, but everyone is different with different hair and different genetics. So with that being said, oils are great for some and others not so much. However, my own experience, commercial products dry out the hair. But every time I use all natural things I can actually eat out of my kitchen works and grows my hair. So she's saying things that are natural that come from her kitchen works and grows her hair. She said, I tested it every time and the oils and butters work. I'm done with wasting my money with all the BS products in the stores. They just want our money. You know what? I don't do the kitchen stuff anymore. I don't, go like mix up avocado and mayonnaise situation and put it on my hair anymore because I don't do that. But I will say that I agree with her in terms of the fact that there's a lot of companies out here, I might even say the majority of companies out here, that are selling BS. It's unfortunate. And I think that's also a reason that people are very confused, is because their favorite product line that they swear by is lying to them and saying like, oh, your hair is supposed to be soft, where your hair is not necessarily supposed to be soft and shiny. Like when my hair, right now it's stretched, just came out of a twist out. So it looks shinier because it was stretched. Therefore, like light is reflecting off of it a little bit more. But when my hair is in its natural state, like you can see more stuff, it's not, it don't look as shiny down here where the twists were puffing up. If you know what I'm saying. This is not shining like this. The same thing happened to them, but this is more stretched. Therefore, the light is reflecting off of it more easily, like a mirror or a piece of glass. Whereas this is not. This is more like cloth. Like our hair is more cottony, it's more woolly. And my thing is, yes, wool does not reflect light like glass does. But if it was good enough for Jesus, it was good enough for me, whether or not you believe in Jesus or not. If it was good enough for Jesus, it's good enough for me. Okay, hair of wool, yes ma'am, I have it. Okay, and that means my hair is not gonna be super shiny. It's just not. I wish. Do I wish? I don't wish. I love my hair. I was going to say I wish that it could be, but no, I'm not even going to say that because I love my hair. I love its cottony, woolly, big texture. I love my hair. So companies are often putting BS out on the market. Actually, I have a resource that y'all can use Because sometimes even like a company can have like mostly BS, but then like they got some products that are like Fafa. One of the places that I go to identify what products are good, I go here to Curl Scan. And with Curl Scan, you can put in I love Uncle Funky's daughter. You can put in a specific product, and you'll see that most of these products are Curly Girl approved. There are some that are, he's getting into Carol's daughter. There's like a couple that's saying it's not. I don't know. I love the squeaky shampoo. I personally use that. The reason that they said no to the squeaky is because it's got, and you can click in and see this, it has witch hazel in it, witch hazel water. And that's not Curly Girl approved, but I don't mind that. So, but you can do this with any product, any brand. Let's see about Camille Rose. Okay, Camille Rose got some stuff that's going all right. You know, one of my favorite brands is Innersense. Love Innersense. Innersense got the checkity checks. So yes, that is a place that you can go to check and see where to find some good products. Okay. This is a man. I think a lot of women in the comments hair just ain't healthy because I'm a man and my hair grows just fine without oil irritating my scalp. He said, for years I've had itchy scalp and I tried oil after oil and I thought it was certain products that made my hair feel like it was on fire. But I stopped using oil this time around and I haven't had an itchy scalp yet. Love this! Hi, so after we wash our hair, how long should we wait to put oil in our hair? Thank you. Great video. Thank you for your time. I personally never put raw oil in. I just use my styling products and go on with my treatment. I think another common misconception is that oil is a necessary part of wash day. Oil used to play a role in like every part of my wash day. And it wasn't until I went to a professional stylist for the first time, and she specializes in curls. She only does curly hair. She does not do blowouts. She does not do relaxers. She does not do all that. She only deals with textured hair. It comes in textured and it leaves out textured, okay? It comes in curly, it leaves curly. Same kind of curly, except like girls popping curly, because she does the thing, okay? So I went to her, I found her, I interviewed her. Because I was not playing. I've had some bad experiences with hairstylists. So I was not playing about my hair, especially at this point is when my hair was butt length, okay? And I was looking to like chop quite a bit of it off because I wanted a big round fro. And I got it. She gave it to me. Anyways, and it wasn't until I went there and she recommended products to me and I started using those products. And of course my hair was flourishing. Of course it was. Of course my hair was flourishing. It was flourishing. And I was doing the routine she told me. It was months later before I realized that I had not touched an oil since I went to her salon. And my hair was flourishing. I was like, I was reading and hearing things about like, oh, oils are not good for your hair, you don't need it, and I was like, hold on, wait a minute, what you talking about? Because I live by the oils, okay? The oils, they've been all up in me and oils, we besties. And then I was like, wait a minute, apparently we ex-besties, because when's the last time I put some oil in my hair? I was like, my hair has been thriving too. And oils aren't cheap, so I was like, and I stopped using them. I continued to not use them. I never started back using them again. And to this day, I still haven't used them. Anytime I would go to the salon, I would ask questions and learn more and get more information. And I bought resources from curl specialists and did research and, had discussions on, what was that app? Clubhouse. I had discussions with people on Clubhouse about it. Different experts, was on panels with people. And I just learned that they're not necessary. My hair is not any worse off from not using it. So I'm never going back. Personally, You're here to expose myths and misconceptions, yet you don't offer alternatives and solutions. I have a whole series and multiple videos on alternatives and solutions. I don't know if people expected that I was supposed to do like a full seminar. If men want to go bald early, they can watch this video. I'm just gonna put that because that's literally hilarious. Okay. These replies are annoying AF. Oils do not work. Very passionate. And it has nothing to do with hair type. Yep, it's scalps. Scalps do not want oil, and no, you don't have a goddamn scalp. I'm shaking my head. She is right. Oils suck. Get over yourselves. And to the person who wrote, everyone thinks they know what's best. STFU, oil isn't hydration. It may as well be synthetic paint. I've tried avocado oil, olive oil, and coconut oil. Scalp was dry AF the next morning. Lost hairline faster than without these oils. Has nothing to do with what oil you're using and everything to do with the oil. Just oil kills your hairline. Shimmer and shine doesn't mean jack nothing for hydration and health. Ain't that right? Who's this Bear White 4631? Better tell them. Tell them. Technically, flaxseed gel will make your hair shimmer and shine for 20 minutes till you wake up the next morning with the worst dryness than ever before. Dang. So shine doesn't mean results. I've switched from oils to herbal water sprays. I love that. I love that you use herbal water sprays. And I think that that's a great way to get the benefits of the herbs without having to use, oils. My husband laughs at me because he's from Maryland and I grew up in the South. And he says oils. And I'm like, oils. And he's like, oil. And I say, oil. I'm not saying oil is incorrect. I'm just saying that's a lot of work. I'm not saying all that. You know what I'm talking about? I don't oil my scalp. You know exactly what that means. I don't use raw oils and butters in my hair. Oils. When I'm just talking comfortably at home or with somebody that like really knows me well, my little southern accent can come out a little stronger. But I code switch in multiple ways, in more ways than one. Okay, I have multiple codes to switch to. So that's all I'll say about that. No, it's called high porosity and low porosity. Okay, so a lot of people who think they have low porosity hair just have buildup. They just have buildup and they need to wash their hair and stop using crappy products. People with high porosity hair have heat damage or chemical damage. Their hair is damaged. If your hair is high porosity, that means you almost certainly damaged your hair in some way with heat or chemicals. Most people are more so like normal, average-ish, maybe like average-ish, lowish. That's kind of like where I am. But like low porosity hair, and if anything, with low porosity hair, you need fewer like heavy products. But yes, with high porosity hair, you are going to need heavier products, but they don't have to be raw butters and oils. You can get an actual well-formulated hair product for that. And then if you're using heat on your hair, get you some silicones. And I know some people say don't use silicones, but it depends. If you use heat on your hair and you wear your hair straight, yeah, maybe you're natural, but you wear your hair straight, you need some silicones. I wouldn't recommend silicones to curly girls, but if to like curly girls who wear their hair curly, but to curly girls who wear their hair straight, are they curly girls if they wear their hair straight, or are they just natural girls? Anyways, I recommend the silicones if you straighten your hair. You are so right. I only put moisturizer / leave-in, which has a little almond oil, but I never put just oil on my hair. Years ago, I tried oils for 3 months. I had to moisturize just about every day or every other day. That oil was drying the shit out of my hair. Since I stopped using oil, I only moisturize my hair once a week. Same girl! Or guy or person, I don't know what your gender is. What about for hair growth though? For hair growth, I recommend you do what Baron White 4631 does, and get or make you some herbal water sprays. So whatever those herbs are that help grow hair, utilize the herbs themselves in water like you're making tea and spray it on your scalp. I'd be interested. I have not done research on that extensively, but I do believe in the power of herbs, and a lot of times people will infuse herbs in oils when it comes to hair. I do think infusing those same herbs in water and making an herbal spray would actually probably yield better results. Don't quote me on that, though. Don't quote me on that. Don't come for me. Beef tallow and emu oil regrew my hair. I lost from hyperthyroidism. Honey, I'm almost 50 and am just now discovering our ancestral ways of caring for our hair, ways that were taken from us. These new studies, I would venture to say, weren't conducted with the purpose of helping Black women achieve beautiful hair. You have to use sound, right reasoning when you see new information and determine who that information is by and who it's for, what's their agenda, wishing everyone the best. So I agree with what she's saying. You do have to question things. I do that. I do question things. I do research, and I also experience it for myself and see what my own results are. I have a college degree. That was literally a lot of the things that my degree directly related to, just questioning everything. I studied rhetorical communications, what has to do with communicating with people, dissecting ideas, communicating ideas, getting people to change their ideas, propaganda. And I also studied social and economic justice, which is about human rights, essentially. So I understand that information gets put out in order to harm people, essentially, that there's all kinds of harmful information that gets put out there. But I don't think that this is the case with this. One, because again, my hair is healthier after not using oils. A lot of other people's hair is healthier after not using oils. I've heard a lot of people and seen a lot of people in my comment section saying things like, well, so you're too good. You're better than our ancestors, thinking that you know better than them. No, I'm not thinking I know better than our ancestors. I am thinking that we have access to different resources, just like, our ancestors way back when may or may not have had access to like a toilet, but we have toilets now. And since we have them, I'm going to use them. And they may not have had access to like a refrigerator, but as for me and my house, we have a refrigerator and a freezer, and I live in the modern world with modern stuff that I can use if I choose, and if I deem that it is healthy for me and my lifestyle. So I appreciate the passion behind the like ancestors argument, and I am blackety black through and through. I also recognize that there's a lot of holes in that thought process if we're just going to go like down that road in that way. But I'm glad that the beef tallow and the emu oil worked. And that's interesting. I'd be interested to understand more about that, because these are oils, it seems, from animals and not from plants. And I do wonder if that makes a difference in how our body is able to use them. I mean, that's interesting. That's cool. I'm glad that works. Oh, I want to answer this one. This person said, I hear you, but I don't understand which products to use now. Don't all products contain oil and butters? This is an amazing question. Many of them too, and that's okay. Okay, so this person said, I hear you, but I don't understand which products to use now. Don't all products contain oil and butters? So a lot of products do contain oil and butters. And in this video, again, I don't think that I said raw butters and oils in this video, or maybe in some of it I did and others it didn't, or maybe people don't understand the difference. I can't remember. I have to go back and watch. But to clarify, I'm referring in this video to raw butters and oils that have not been properly formulated into a product. So something else that I hear and see a lot is people saying, well, this scientist on this page said that such and such oil helped with this thing, however much, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so yes, but you have to understand that their job is formulating products. They're not thinking, and I know this because I literally have heard someone who is a scientist who formulates like hair products, and they said, no, it's not true that coconut oil isn't good for your hair. It's very good. It was proven to do this, da 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 da. And then someone was like, is this raw coconut oil? Like I just go in the grocery aisle and get that? They said, no, 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 no. Absolutely not. When it's properly formulated into a product, that is the impact that it has. And so then I was like, that's the disconnect. It's because people are hearing scientists, very smart, very intelligent people who know what they're talking about, who don't understand like who the audience is that's listening, and don't understand that when people are hearing them, Mrs. Scientist, say, yes, this is good for your hair, they're thinking this in its raw form is good for your hair. When Mrs. Scientist is saying this, when it's properly formulated into a product, is good for your hair. And no, they are not the same thing. The raw version versus the properly formulated version, because the formulated version is not just raw coconut oil. They're changing it, altering it, pulling parts out of it or doing things to it that's going to make it more easily accessible to your hair, and also probably to make it easier to wash out of your hair. So yes, raw oils I would not recommend, but if there's an oil in your favorite hair product, I think that's fine. And again, go to curlscan.com and like check things out and see what they say, because they'll also, have some things on there. It has been a helpful tool for me. Still kind of do your research into what it is that they're saying overall, whether they're saying a check or an X. I'd still like do additional research, ask your curl specialist if you have access to one, but generally raw oils and butters are a no. But if they're properly formulated into a quality product, then heck yeah, that's what we want. Let's sure. What time is it? Okay. That's it for today. I gotta go because I have a meeting. I've got a meeting. Thank y'all so much for joining. If you stayed this long, I do hope that it was helpful and that I answered some questions. I think I'm gonna keep doing this because sometimes there's questions in the comments that are way in depth. Next time I'll probably go and pick out some ahead of time and just answer those. I'll see. Let me know what you would prefer down in the comment section, because this is for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. Tell me what you want down in the comments. Okay. I'm done. Love y'all. Bye.